And a big mountain dog.
Right here.
Oh, okay. You said going on social media. Oh, okay. All right.
Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for making it. This is a great day. It started with an idea from this guy over here, Jeremy, the Godfather.
And a big mountain dog.
Right here.
Oh, okay. You said going on social media. Oh, okay. All right.
Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for making it. This is a great day. It started with an idea from this guy over here, Jeremy, the Godfather.
And a big mountain dog.
Right here.
Oh, okay. You said going on social media. Oh, okay. All right.
Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for making it. This is a great day. It started with an idea from this guy over here, Jeremy, the Godfather.
Okay, we are live.
We are
Can you
live,
hear me?
baby. Yes, we are.
Okay. Hi, everybody. If you're watching.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, so y'all.
There you go. Okay, so I like to start the lives by going around and let everybody introduce themselves and what you're going to be doing at the expo. So who wants to go first?
Jeff. I want to talk to Jeff.
I want to talk to Jeff. There you go.
Okay.
Yes, here, everybody. Local famous person. There you go.
I'm coming to you, Josh. Don't worry about it. I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
Well, it's all good. Hey, everybody. I'm Jeff Sandridge, if you don't know who I am. And I'm coming to the expo this year to talk about having success for Black Friday and having success in general. Going to be giving you some useful tips as far as how to increase your profits, how to increase your sales, and how to build your team to create success and freedom for yourself to just benefit you all around and your team. So
yeah, so I'm just gonna give a little bit more about Jeff than he gives about himself. So Jeff does not own a course, sell a program, anything. He actually has a very, very, very successful store, just one store. And we all know him as the $1 million store owner, okay? Because his store does really, really well. And so we got him to come out to give value because that's what we wanted to do. We want to make sure that when you guys come to the expo, you're actually going to leave with something that you're not going to learn anywhere else from people that are doing what you're doing. So who better else to have someone like Jeff out? And he agreed to do it because he really wanted to help.
Yes.
He's not a speaker. He's not a, event person. He wants to help and give back to his fellow store owners. So thank you, Jeff.
Thank you so much.
I just want to say thank you. So many of us hide our success. I'm sorry, Ahmed. I didn't want to forget what I was saying. But a lot of shop owners I know many shop owners are doing $1 million, $500,000, or $2 million a year in their store, sometimes some 80 grand a month, and they don't want to share the secret as like it's going to get taken from them. So it's just really nice to have a store owner that's like, hey, I want to help because anybody can do it. You know what I mean? If you do it right. So I want to say thank you. I know Ahmed, you can add to that.
No, I like what you said because the reality is, speakers, they speak about what they went through and success, whether failure or success. And Jeff is not afraid to share that. So that makes you a speaker. So welcome, man. I'm happy.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm excited.
Nice to see you again too, Jeff.
Hey, man. Good to see you, Josh.
Yeah. Josh, your turn now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Unless Jeff want to add anything. I didn't want to cut you off, Jeff.
Oh, no, I think that's good for now, but I can share some more later.
Josh, it's your turn. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, cool. So I will be teaching, honestly, I would just be teaching how to buy and resell phones in the most simplest form, to be honest. And I just want to make sure that
panel, actually, you can be on a panel. Let me get the topic. Hold on. Go ahead, John.
I'm just teaching buying and reselling phones in the safest way because buying and reselling phones is actually a art. It's really art. I've been doing it for a while now, and I mastered it. And I just wanted to share the secrets that I know of just staying safe and making profitable, transactions, making profitable trades with customers and consumers, so you can make a lot of money. I'm excited to actually come again this time. I learned a lot, and I actually got a huge secret to share and show you guys. So I'm actually very, very excited, to be honest. I can't wait.
Yeah, so Josh will actually be on a sales panel. So he's going to be giving us tips, and we tried to do a few more panels this time because that went really well, and it gets more people, more knowledge, and concentrated. So Josh will actually be there on a panel. So, hey, Tony, thanks for jumping on.
Happy birthday, Tony.
Hey, happy birthday.
Hey, guys.
Happy birthday, man.
We're just making the rounds, talking about everybody and what they're doing. So we'll let Charles go next. Charles, you want to tell a little bit about what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, so mostly I'll be talking about how to grow and scale your company, leveraging OPM and your business credit, and really understanding what that means. Not a lot of business owners know what like a paydex score is, as well as how to leverage their credit and how to get funding and how to secure that funding. A lot of us do it from the cash. I've started myself doing it the hard way with the money in my bank account, as opposed to being able to scale and grow with this imaginary number called, I'll call it paydex or our business credit. So I'm just going to be talking a lot about that, as well as a little bit about mindset, as well as motivation.
Awesome. Okay, so we gave Charles, he's actually going to be speaking for 30 minutes. We really wanted to give shops a competitive edge where, you might not understand how to get credit, how to build your business credit. Like, what does that even mean for you? And so again, we wanted to have someone that was an expert in a field come actually give you real value. So he's actually going to be teaching you things there, not just speaking at you. And so I'm really, really excited about it. He also owns stores and does a whole bunch of other stuff. So Charles is a wealth of
I buy
knowledge.
houses fast, the whole
He
nine.
buys houses and flips them. Like, I'm always like, what are you doing now? But I can't fit anything else in my brain sometimes, it feels like. But, but he knows a lot. So you guys definitely need to look for him there at the event. So
Absolutely. I just want to say one thing to Josh. Josh, you're my fan on TikTok, man. You're killing it.
you're just so good.
He is so good. He's way better than anybody else. I love you. I love your memes. I love your videos. It makes so much sense. You know what I mean? You're helping a lot of people.
And that's
Thank
the
you so
goal.
much.
I'm just trying to just make it make more sense in the simplest form to be.
Right. I love it. Okay, so let's go to Tony. I mean, nobody knows who he is,
Tony
Right.
Tony on the call all the way across the world. So
I'm actually on 3G internet.
Oh my God.
I'm on the other side of the world. I'm on vacation
That's
on my
dedication.
birthday. Yep.
Wow.
happy
My
birthday.
house. Thank you. So, as you guys know, I still work out of here. So we're going to be teaching people how to make money on pre-owned certified devices, helping you guys to add on to your current business. Most of you who do only repairs, we're going to be helping you how to make profit out of guaranteed devices with warranty devices to have a successful business and a stable, profitable business. I will try to talk less this Zoom depending on my internet.
Okay, well, it's always good to hear you talk either way. So
It's
we'll
good to
deal
see
with
you,
your
man. Yeah.
your slow speed.
Are you on 3G speed and over there?
I'm actually on 3G. I'm on the other side of the world.
Don't
Going
move.
pretty
Don't
good, though.
move. You're gonna lose the signal.
It's going pretty well.
And listen, and people complaining over here over the 4G.
Yep.
Right. Oh my gosh. All right, Ahmed, you want to go?
This is Ahmed. I am, I'm going to be talking about marketing, about sales training, about how to take your business to the next level, how to close some deals, how to upsell. This is what I am. I am about making sales and making more money, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do this as well.
Yeah, and I'm Nicole Cellbotics. If you didn't know
Yes.
that yet, if you've been under a rock somewhere or something, all of us, right? And I'll be on a training panel, and so we'll be talking about training, all the different things and that deal with training and issues that you might have with training, how to improve your interior training and internal training for your employees and all of that kind of stuff. So the topic for today, I'm so excited for this topic because it is front of the house sales. I want to get the actual name of it, but it's actually front of the house sales. So I know that a lot of you on here have stores, or at least had. I've owned stores. Ahmed's owned stores. You guys actively own stores. I mean, everybody here has experience in this sales topic. So let's get to it. You guys want to give some tips on?
I always tell everybody. So this is just, I want to start in a quick note. When you have a business, you have a product that you sell, you have yourself, and you have your business that you need to manage your business. Of course, you have to invest in yourself all the time. You have to train yourself. And I just want to tell everybody out there, the small businesses and the big businesses, you have to always train yourself. You have to take sales courses. Always look for improvement. Ask the professionals. Don't ask your neighbor or your wife. Ask or your husband. Ask a professional. I'm sorry to say this, but this is the truth, because your family can be your enemy. Oh, don't do this. Don't do that. They don't know. They want to protect you, but in fact, they're hurting you. So ask a professional. Take classes. Watch videos on YouTube. And never stick with one style. Use all the styles. Social media, brand yourself, market your products, all these things. Jeff does a great job doing this. I watch your videos and your store, Jeff. You're doing a great job. Josh, Tony, you guys are killing it with marketing. So this is your model. your role model. You need to look at successful people, and I don't want to say copy them, but at least start from there and then get your own style to make your business going. Keep going to the top. Jeff, what do you think about that? I want to ask Jeff a
There's
question.
the topic. I pasted the topic because I was getting tongue-tied there. So it's front-end sales processes, plus, of course, the expo, which, is all over the screen. So,
Jeff, a quick question. Since you have a retail store, give me like a regular day in the business. How do you guys start your day, during the day, and end the day?
Well, I mean, we start by opening the store. We have checklists for the employees to make sure that everything gets done to a certain standard, and we just start helping the customers. We put a strong emphasis on the customer service in general, trying to go the extra mile to actually help people because there's lots of stores where you can buy electronics and or get things fixed. Around here especially, we have U-Break I Fix across the street, and CPR right down the road, and Batteries and Bulbs and Best Buy and Apple Store right down the street. So there's lots of competition, and we feel like the only way to actually compete with that is to actually form relationships with customers and with people, and treat them like people instead of like they will, like a number at a lot of these other places. So they feel valued, and we get to know them, and that's the first step for being able to sell to them, to increase sales and things like that, because then you've built trust with the people, and you can suggest something to them, and they're gonna take that a little bit more seriously than a pushy salesman at some regular retail store that doesn't care about them or hasn't had any communication with them so far. Right. So that goes a long way, I feel like. Then obviously we repair devices throughout the day. We have lots of sales techniques and topics, and like you were talking about, it's extremely important to learn as much as you possibly can. We train our employees constantly on new sales techniques. We read books, we watch videos, everything we can, to try and constantly, stay up on that sort of thing, so that we can have new ideas and ways of selling to people as well, as forming those relationships. And I know Nicole has great programs for that as well.
Yes, she does. Her program is amazing. So let me ask you, Anthony, this for both of you guys. What do you tell anybody who says, you guys lucky? Your location is amazing. You just got lucky.
Jeff, where are you located? In Alabama somewhere, right?
Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah.
I mean, but
down there.
Yeah, you're not in Chicago, you're not in New York, Miami, you're not in LA, you're not in St. Louis, you're not in a big major city. You're in a small town, and you managed to take your business to the next level.
Charles, what about your store? Where is yours at?
Yeah, Charles, go ahead. You're off. You're
muted.
Turn your mic
Okay,
on.
There we go. We got you now.
Yeah, so I have my stores in two in Modesto, California, and one in Turlock, California. 70,000 people are in Turlock, and that's actually my main store. That store blows the other stores out of the water. Most of the reason why that store blows other stores out of the water, both in my area and compared to my other stores, that the Modesto store has 250,000 people almost in Modesto, but yet my Turlock store does probably twice the sales of each store. But it's because of where I came from, and I built that store. That's my hometown. Not my hometown, but I've been living there for the last 20 years. So to touch on what he was saying, I really got a chance to build a lot of very strong relationships, to the point where I don't even have to market or advertise. I'm not saying that I don't, but I don't have to run an ad at all, and that store will still double my other stores in terms of profit and sales, just because I have built a name for myself, and I've built those strong relationships with my customers, and I really care about them. That's why I really agree with that it's important to really grow that relationship and build that, and really connect with the customers. When people come in, and I'm not just an order taker, right? I make sure that I ask very, very technical and calibrated questions, not just basic questions, but calibrated questions, so I can really understand what it is that they came in for. And then on top of that, doing my best to educate them, because a lot of times they don't even know exactly what they need. They might say, hey, I want this phone because I heard it was the best, or whatever it is. They really want you to take their hand and guide them through that sales process, from the time they come in the door to the time they leave, and just to make sure, not to be cynical or anything, that you more or less extract every dollar that they intended on spending, or even as long as you have it them in your best, in your best mind and your best heart, you're not trying to waste their money. Just make sure they get everything that you feel that matches what their true needs are, after you understand what their needs are. And you can't understand that without asking them those important, intimate, calibrated questions.
True. And let me ask you, let me add to this, is asking the right question. I always say ask the right questions. Ask what they need the phone for, what do they travel.
I might say, are we lucky? You said
yeah.
if we're lucky.
I heard you're lucky, man. What's going on?
Three points. 3 points. I'm on the other side of the world. I'm in a third world country. I'm on 3G. It's my birthday, and I'm on vacation.
And you're on the
and
phone.
I'm here working
with Brandon. Brandon.
That's not luck. That's not luck.
That's not luck. So I would just win against all the factors of luck. So if you think you want to be somebody and you want to get somewhere in life, you have to get over things like that. I've reached out to people where they could be on their day off, for example, and they own 10 stores, 7 stores, or you know what I mean, and they're struggling, and they're saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's my day off. I don't," or they don't even answer. So yes, you can have time for your family. Yes, you can separate business from family, but you also have to understand that, without you experiencing and challenging yourself, you will never be that one. You can't make it if you don't give up some things at certain point of time. I just turned 35 years old, and I think when I was 27, my whole dream was retiring at 27. I did officially retire at 27, but officially retiring at 27 is I did not have to be attached to a specific schedule. I don't have to be at work from 9 to 9 or 9 to 5. So I was able to go whenever I want to, do my work remotely, and that's what I called retirement. So I did that, and now here I am, making my own world from any part of the world I'm in.
I have a question. So a lot of store owners that I talk to, thank you, Tony. You own multiple stores. What are you up to, 15 now or 20 or?
14, yeah.
14, yeah. So a lot of shop owners that I talk to, they do deal with they always feel like they're putting out fires. Who's listening to me? Okay. They do feel like they're putting out fires all the time. So how do you have internal trainings to teach sales, or is it just repair trainings? Like, how do you keep your staff knowing that they are staying up to date with current sales techniques without you having to micromanage them?
That was to me, right?
Yeah, well, to everybody, but yes, you can start. Go ahead. You start first.
So we basically built our company as employees, store managers, general managers, operational managers, and then there's us, the owners. So we give orders. For example, my brother would give an order or a new technique or a new item that needs to be on sale. It would go to the operational manager. They'll have a meeting with the general manager. Then that general manager goes and visit the retail stores day to day. So he would spend at least an hour a day per location. If there's a new item going on, he would stand with the store manager to train them the techniques of selling that specific item. The store manager gets paid commission, so his job is to train his employee that's working with him. We do have updates that goes on a daily basis. We keep an active Google Sheet page on their computers. They have no access to email addresses to the company. They have no access to changing any data or information or price list. We have a guide file or a guidebook in the stores for them to keep up with the new prices. And our POS system with Repair Desk has a preset prices for all the repairs. So what we do is we just send our technicians the price list for the repairs, and it's already there. So once the employee goes in and put an iPhone 11 screen, the price is already there. No one can play with the prices. And we also cap prices on a certain percentage what discount can they give. So this way, if you have a new employee or an uneducated employee, which happens, you're not losing money when they make mistakes. They're not allowed to make that mistake. So you're protected.
So, do you guys want to add to that before? I wanted to add something, but I don't want to digress. So do you guys want to add to that question that I asked? Like, how do you keep your employees up to date on sales training without micromanaging it? Or is it kind of something you train once and you're done?
It's
No,
go ahead.
I was just going to say that I have two or three processes that I use. For one, since I have, this is new for me, so I have a mentorship and a coaching program that I teach other things like real estate investing and mobile homes. And through that, I've learned how to create courses. And so I took what I learned from there and I started to create courses on the same platform, such as System.io and Thinkific, where I can take them through that course. So that way, if they have a question, there's a video walkthrough so they can really see how I would have really broken it down. So a lot of times I find myself, if they ask me, I say, well, did you check the course? Okay, did you check the SOPs? So that way I don't just automatically answer their questions. And then another thing that we've improved on is our communication process, which we use a program called Slack now, and it's good for communication streams. So instead of being a single place where we're doing like either Google Drive or like a group text where it goes all over the place, we have a specific string of communication where they can scroll up and tap that string or search for it, and then they go ahead and see all the details from that particular string. So if one employee learns something, I can update them, and all the other employees that is relevant to can see that, and vice versa. That really helped our communication. But those two things helped me out as far as not having to go back and forth with employees, because that was one of my big problems, repeating information to employees. Back and forth, right?
I love that you bring that up, because I say that and some people look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, you want to create a communication barrier through documentation. Like, you don't want them, if they call you and ask you something, like I respond with here, I made a recording and it's in the SOPs and now it's on the cloud. Go look at it there. I'm not going to give you the answer because I use the question as a training trigger,
Right. That is correct. That's exactly what I was doing that for years, and it took me so long to figure that out. And I forgot who it was, but the guy said, hey, if there's something that you have to do more than twice, the first time is okay. The second time, but after that second time, if you have to tell them the same thing after the third time, it should be an SOP. It should be written down in the process.
Right.
I like that. I can't believe I heard you saying Thinkific. What system what system are you using?
I'm using Thinkific is the program. Yeah, Thinkific, and then System.io is another program, and then Slack is our communication trees that we use now. We were just using like a group chat, or we were using a text message group chat, and it's just if they said something from a year ago or 6 months ago or 3 months ago, we just scrolling around as opposed to having a very dedicated laser focused communication stream.
You just named 3 systems you use and just for one group. That's what it is. Using the right tools, leveraging the tools. A lot of stores, they don't even have a POS system. That's a huge business. That's a huge mistake they're doing. What do you tell anybody running their business with no tools?
I use a project management database, just so you guys know, to manage my team. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We use some POS system. I use what do you call it? Active Campaign. Have you ever used anybody? We have our own ERP. You have to have a data. Even when I had a stores, by the way, I just want to tell people that even when you have a store, you're going to have a system to manage your inventory, order your inventory. You never run out of stuff. Like, it kills me when I hear some people saying, I'm out of this item, I'm out of that item. Why are you out? Use a system to tell you that this is success. I'm sure Jeff and Josh will speak highly of these things. Using systems is what helps us because we can't remember everything. Definitely. Right, Jeff?
Oh yeah, completely.
What is Josh? Where did he go? He dropped?
He fell off.
Okay.
Yeah, so I use a software called Infinity to manage all of my team and all the communication. I don't tell them to do things. I don't try to keep up with tasks or what they're working on. It just goes like, I'm like kind of like an ideal person. So like, I'll just like wake up in the middle of the night and be like, oh my God, I thought of this. And so I just can jump on my phone into the Infinity app and drop it to whoever I want to do it, put my details, and then bam, it just shows up in the next few days and it's done. I didn't have to like keep up with them. So it makes it really easy where I do talk to my team, but I don't have to. That's why I'm able to like go to shows all the time and expos and all that kind of stuff. I mean, Josh is a phone flipper and I know he has systems. So if a phone flipper who's flipping phones and buying phones has systems, and you're a shop owner and don't have systems. We have problems, you know.
No, like definitely you gotta always have system in place in any and everything you do. Something I was just speaking with you about today is just keeping a system as far as tracking my sales. I keep track of however much I'm buying. That way I know beforehand if somebody getting ready to offer me their device again. Usually you see the same device over and over again. You can either hit them for a little price lower, or you can match them at the exact price that you already had. And just picking back to just what do people do to continue to improve? Obviously, right now, it's just me. I'm just a one-man team. So what I do is, one, I'm lucky enough to get lessons from Nicole. Nicole is a honest to God, just a great trainer. Like, I promise you, like, she literally like walks you A through Z with everything you do. And like, I just had questions today, and she always got time for me. So I do appreciate that. But the other thing I do is I just invest in courses. Investing in courses can take you a long way and help you skip a lot of steps. So, anybody out there looking to invest in courses and you are on the edge about it, I would definitely be looking into it, because these people know things, but you do have to be careful who you invest to. So I do say that too.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Great point, Josh.
Absolutely. Tony, how do you keep going, man? How do you keep this energy going all the time?
I love what I do, man, and I love you guys.
We love you too.
Honestly, it's good to be around successful people. I enjoy it. I feed off of it. It's good. I think the main thing is when you're happy for others and you see more success to others, it's a very positive energy that you give to yourself, because I like seeing the successful people out there, and that's probably one of the best things about me, because I never think anyone is as a competitor, because I think there's enough money out there for everybody. Jeff said earlier that there is a couple of cell phone stores down the street for him and from him. And the best way to keep a good, successful business is to keep a good relationship with them. So you have to build a relationship with, if you want to call them competitors, with the other cell phone repair shop. It's worth it. It gives you good results. You never know when you're going to need them, and you never know when they're going to need you. And so, there would be times where you have something they want and vice versa. And that's one of the things where other people, I get these phone calls every now and then, and they would ask me, do you sell, ABC store down the street? And I would say, I can't discuss customers' information with you. And they would realize, well, it looks like your devices, if I buy from you more, can you not sell them? So you still have that mentality out there, but I think it's if you wish for other people what you wish upon yourself, you'll be a successful businessman, no matter what.
You know what, Tony? There's more
and if
people
you take vacations like this.
Yeah. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? There's people waste their time watching other people and hating on other people than improving their business and invest in their people and their team. Oh, he's lucky. Oh, he's getting this, that. He got a better pricing. All the excuses for them not to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, this is pretty sad.
Yeah. I replied to everyone that says happy birthday. I had a good day. And I still have to focus on work. I still have to reply to my customers. I feel like I'm entitled. I have to reply to my customers and give them the service they expect from me. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's not like when you get to a certain point and you get too busy. I've seen this happen before. There was people in my shoes who got to my level, but they kind of got caught up in the customers want me more than I want them now. And they got caught up in that, and now they're not they lost their business.
Right. Josh, share with us a little bit, give us some tips about your marketing strategy.
Staying consistent and just doing it every day, even when it's slow. When I first started out, I wasn't, getting the type of views and, just reaching the capacity that I'm reaching now. I just continue to believe in my brand. I believed in, what I was saying. I believed in, what I was doing. And again, I was also just investing. Always look to invest in yourself. Investing in yourself led to me knowing different strategies, learning different strategies as far as TikTok, being on Facebook and Instagram. But it wasn't easy at all. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like, it wasn't easy. Like, being consistent is not easy. Like, continue to wake up every day, even when you just had a bad day 2 times in a row, 2 days in a row. It's not easy coming up just to make another video, get 3 views.
Josh has
Nobody
a little
give you
baby
a comment.
too.
Got a kid, so it's not easy.
Little
but
baby.
at the end of-
Like, he's still
at the end
doing
of the day-
videos and up every day and working on it, and got a little tiny baby in the house too. So
That's good, man.
At the end of the day, it's kind of like, it's really like what Tony said. And I'm really just like, honestly, on this call, just sitting here inspired by the things he's saying, because it really does take that to be a successful individual. It takes that dedication, it takes that grind, and it takes that grit. Otherwise, you're going to end up going around in circles continuously over and over again. You got to go to the next level, not feel complacent, and go to the next level right after that and go even harder, So that's the goal.
Right.
The goal is to always.
And collaborating. I
just
can't
continue-
stress that enough. If you see here, there's a comment. Yeah, there's a comment here. It says, absolutely. I know Charles Davis, who is live on the chat almost a decade. We are about a city apart and network and help each other a ton. So this is what I'm going to say, because Josh and I, Josh is not an employee. He's a trainer with the knowledge, and we kind of, he had his own thing going on, and we started collaborating on bringing that to Cellbotics.
Right.
There are other people that I have tried to collaborate with who are always on the fence, or no, I don't want to do that, or, and it's like, why are you not collaborating? I want to collaborate with everybody. You know what I mean?
It was the perfect deal to me. And it's been crazy successful. Like, literally everybody who has learned phone flipping from me knows it A through Z. They feel safe about it. Actually, we just had somebody who just my 2-day in-person phone flipping training is 2 days. Somebody just ended up making $500 in less than 24 hours cash. So it was just like, I'm just trying to spread the word, just spread the opportunity, and just see, if you can implement this in some type of way, it is a good opportunity. Or if you just want to just simply do this for yourself, literally, it's a good opportunity. And just even picking real quick, just back on sales, diversifying your sales, not just sticking to one place. Even me, just as a phone flipper, I got 5 different ways of how I'm gonna sell my device. Even though I already know before I even buy the device how I'm going to sell it, it's just the fact that I got this way for maximum profits, just in case if this way cannot grow for me or cannot sell fast enough, I have this way as backup. So just diversifying your sales, that can also lead to faster profits, quicker profits, more profits, and things like that.
Right.
Love it. Thank you.
And make yourself known everywhere, and make yourself available, and make yourself seen. That's what I tell everybody. Just make yourself seen all the time, and with value, of course. That's awesome, man. Nicole, give us a little tips now. Now it's your turn.
Oh my gosh. So what I always find with sales is that sometimes you don't get specific enough. A big one for me is, like, with my stores, is I always had to emphasize genders and like how to handle couples. So, like, if you're a female, like, I always hired like young people, not intentionally. It was just like the pool of people I was hiring from. And you'd have very young, attractive females who would use, they only knew how to smile and, use that as a way to get a sale. But you really want to stray from that when you've got a wife right there. So, like, I would teach them very specific things, like, when a man and a female are walking together, they're holding hands, they're together. Maybe they're just standing really close. Try to address her first, make eye contact with her, compliment her. Then you could address the man. Sometimes I would even joke around and be like, act like his opinion doesn't matter and joke around about it. Because if they're really together and if they're in there buying devices and stuff, or, we would get families that would have 5 kids, and I've got a 17-year-old or 18-year-old, beautiful young girl who, whatever, but she would be just talking to the husband, and the wife is in the corner of his arm, like, okay, we're going. And I'm like, you should have really addressed her and joke with her and compliment her and shift your focus and, play around and be fun, but don't be flirty. Don't play with your hair. Don't tilt your head to the side. Don't, make sure your shirt is up,
Sure.
And and it goes, with men the same way. If you're a guy and a husband and a wife walk in, there's nothing worse than a man thinking you are flirting with the woman he has with him.
Oh my God, no.
That
No,
is such an insult to a man who really cares about that woman and thinks of her as like him, like his. So you will lose that sale. So, that's something that I find that some stores don't talk about because it is kind of like an uncomfortable topic. And then also addressing people with yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am in this day and age. You really cannot assume people's gender identity. And I don't try to like do that. I just try to be really polite, but I stay away from the yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, because you have no idea how this person identifies and you can offend them, That's just two of my tips.
No,
Two of my
that's
favorite tips.
that's true. It's the body language, addressing your thing. Ask the questions. How can I help you? What brought you here today? I'm looking for a phone, or I'm looking for a car, for accessory, for whatever. Oh, sure. Do you have anything specific in mind? Do you have any favor? Ask them. Don't start throwing things on them because it's in a good sale or anything. Tell them you know what I mean. Just ask what you really looking for.
Right. Be professional, and, for females, you don't have to use your body to sell, young females, you don't have to do that. You don't have to use flirtation. You can be professional, but, I feel like it happens a lot more than we all want to admit because it's kind of like this ugly thing that we want to just ignore. But if female employees need to know that they've got to be respectful and you don't have to act that way to sell. And if your employer is making you feel that way, that's a whole other issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not selling from Hooters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sell value and knowledge and
Right.
experience and advice, and then listen to the customer. At the end of the day, if the customer decided, if I use iPhone because I'm in love with iPhone and they want Android, give them what they want. Don't try to push things on them, and don't try to make things, but give them the right advice as well, and make the choice and give them choices. There's there's consumption. Tony, can you hear me, Tony?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you imagine? I have some retailers telling me my customer is looking for cheap phones. I'm like, who told you that? Where did you come up with this? It's you believe in that. I said, did you give them choices? Right, Tony? Am I right or wrong?
Yep, absolutely. The thing about it is, I was about to jump into that point, that the cheap phones and the price range, a big mistake and a big problem with dealers or employees losing sales is because you have a customer who walks into your store with an iPhone 7 that's valued $150 retail. You would then don't ask them what budget they're trying to spend, but then you want to make a $1,500 sale or a $1,200 sale. So what you do is you take them to that iPhone 13 Pro Max. It's something they want, but it's something they can't afford. So what happens then? The customer wants that phone, but can't pay that amount. So I've seen that happen. Instead of you take them to the next phone best, from an iPhone 7, and they would tell you or how much they want to spend. Ask them how much they want to spend, how much their budget, what kind of phone they want, what color they want, what are they using it for? Do they care for 3 cameras? Are they okay with 2 cameras? Is their budget $300 to $400? Is their budget $500 to $800? Is their budget $800 to $1,200? So don't give them a specific device and a model and a price because you want to make that sale today. Ask them questions. Always answer a question with a question. Understand your customers. A lot of people would get insulted. I walked into, it was once that I was looking at, just walking into an AT&T store, and the employee walked up to me and he says, "Hey man, we just got the new S21 or something like that at that time." At that time, I'm holding 2 iPhones in my hands like this, and he can clearly see the cameras. So I literally did not say nothing. I just did this. So he goes, "Oh, so you're an iPhone guy? Well, we got the new, we got XRs." I did this again. I said, "I have a 12 Pro Max." So I there was 2 times that they did not understand how to sell me. You know what I mean? They had colors in XRs and they thought XR colors could sell better, but they don't understand what kind of client I am. So ask me, where do I work? Where do I work? Do I use my phone a lot? Stuff like that. I literally had switched from an XS Max to a 13 Pro Max for 2 reasons. Number 1, the battery life. Number 2 is because it was a 1 terabyte. But to me, I don't care for the model of the phone. I needed specific specs on the phone, a gigabyte of battery life, versus an 11 Pro Max or a 13 Pro Max. So you have to ask your customers questions.
I got a quick question just for anybody, who wants it. I was just thinking about it as we talking about sales. How do people go about not being too eager to make the sale? Because for me, it ends up to the result of me making more profit because the customer comes back and say, hey, you know what? I can sell you my device for, my original offer. Like, how do everybody go about that? I'm just curious to learn, like, just not being too eager about it.
Ask the question one more time. I didn't understand.
Not being too eager, or is that a question, or do you always be eager? Like, I'm just seeing like how does it relate? Like, my question is, how do you guys go about not being too eager to make a sale, or are you always just super eager to make a sale? I call it, when I'm teaching, I'm always saying like thirsty, but eager.
Well, Tony, you want to talk or you want to
Oh,
tell
wait,
me?
hold on,
No,
wait.
no, go
We have
ahead.
one unmute. Are you muted, Charles? Are you?
Charles, you want to talk?
You're
we
muted.
can't hear you. Charles, we can't hear you.
You're muted. Let's see.
Charles, we cannot
On
hear you.
Bluetooth, maybe.
You gotta probably refresh it.
Audio issue.
Charles, I can send you a new phone, man.
There we go.
Let me send.
Always giving us a hard time.
Let me send you a new.
Yeah, you gotta
Charles,
refresh
I can send you a good phone that works.
You guys are too much.
I got you.
We can't hear you.
Turn your Bluetooth off.
It's I can't hear. It's that Android. You need to get on an iPhone.
He did this, and this. So he's gonna call us back.
Tony over here glitching like this.
So let me, Josh. Let me tell you this. Okay, there is no sale in my entire life scared me to close. Now, one customer, upset customer, happy customer, mad customer, young customer, old customer, no English customer, I can sell them phones. Charles, you want to talk? Say something, Charles.
No.
So we can hear you.
It's
connected. Your Bluetooth connected to the car. Okay, Charles, I can send you a phone, but I can't send you a car. I'm sorry, I can't send.
All right, what about
audio? Oh, Jeff is back. Hey, Jeff.
Hey. Sorry about that.
We can hear you now, Charles.
Yes. Charles, we can hear you.
People keep
Jeff
calling
had
me
to go make
in
some
my
money
text
real quick. That's all. He needed to make a deposit.
Yeah, no, right? Hey, so no, I just wanted to touch real quick on that. A couple thoughts that came to mind about not being too thirsty or too eager. Part of it is the psychology, right? In your sales psychology, not to come across that way. So if you are taking sales training or being aware of how to sell properly, providing information and leading and guiding that customer to a sale, as opposed to what you said, and pushing like the sell on them, that'll cause you to become as eager, especially if you're trying to put them in a bubble that they're not in. If they're asking for a cheaper phone and you're saying, hey, here's 11 Pro Max, 13 Pro Max, and they have a $200 budget, they're going to be turned off. And it's going to be that gap in between where they are and where you are is going to cause you to try harder and then to push farther away. So that's part of it is the psychology. I think second part of it is having enough customer base and clientele. Kind of in Josh's case, like if I'm trying to buy phones or sell phones and you're the only person that's going to sell me a phone, or you're the only person that's going to buy a phone from me, I'm going to be super thirsty. If I know and they can feel that, the customers have a sixth sense of like feeling it if you are so thirsty for this purchase or so thirsty for this sale. So I flip phones as well, and when I have a lot better results if I'm saying, and especially with my price, if I say, hey, this is the price, and I'm not like hardcore take it or leave it, and I say, hey, this is the range. This is what I can do. This is why I give them solid reasons why this is what I can do. I kind of put them in this box and let them understand like what's the why it is this way, and then I let them make that decision. If they don't, I'm saying okay, and I don't leave it there. I say, well, let me know if you change your mind. I'll be right here, just to let you know. I'll reiterate the benefits of working with me. And I'll leave it at that, as opposed to saying, oh, okay, well, in that case, I'll come up on your price. I'll come up to your price, and you leave a lot of money at the table like that.
Right. That's what's up, man.
So
That
Josh
sounds like
had
you're
just
doing it right.
you up, Jeff. Josh had asked for some tips on how to make a sale and not feel like, not the person not think you're like thirsty for the sale, or should you be excited to sell? Or is there a way that you approach the customer where it helps you close better, where it doesn't seem like you're like, oh my God, give me that, you know, like I want to buy it from you, where you don't seem desperate for it?
To me, it's more about just knowing what they need. Like Amin mentioned earlier, you got to ask questions. You have to know where they are and what they need before you go into it, so that you can suggest things that are going to be the best option for that individual person. And that way you don't have to be pushy. You just have to suggest the things they need and then tell them the benefits of it and how that's going to fix a pain point in their life. They've got some issue, and that's how you're going to make any sale that you want, is by overcoming that issue that they're facing. Whether it's, you know, they need a better camera, they need a faster speed, they need something that's more reliable, better battery life, whatever it is. You ask questions to find that out to begin with, and then it's very easy to be like, this is what you need to solve that problem. And it's just going to be an easy sale once you do that. I mean, yeah, you want to be enthusiastic about it. You want to be friendly about it and stuff like that. But you don't want to push something on somebody that they don't need, because that's a waste of everybody's time. So.
Absolutely. And I just want to add one thing, that when I train my people every day, we have a stand-up every morning. Every morning we get about 10, 15 minutes. Sometimes it goes to 30 minutes. I start this, I say, who are we going to help today? We're helping, we're not selling. When I walk into your store and I need a phone because my phone is cracked, I need help. So help me. Give me what I really need, and listen to me. And I have pain. I have, you know, maybe I need to take a picture for my kids. So ask me, do I need a good camera? Do you use your business for your phone for business or personal? Do you travel? Do you need memory? Like Tony said, I need a terabyte. The guy was not asking him the right question. He's just shoving things down his throat and telling him, this is good. This is good for you, man. This is the best phone you have. No. Listen to the customer and what you need. Okay, well, give me options. I have this, and I have this. If you ask me, I'll go with this, but it's always up to you. You know, give them options.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You can have a customer that walks in with an iPhone 12 and he just needs a second phone. So he was okay to settle with an iPhone 8, for example. So you do have to ask questions. We've seen that happen. Josh, it is a good question. It's a very, very good question, to the point that if you do too much, you lose the sale. If you do too little, you lose the sale. Yeah. So when do you know that you pushed too much, and when you know that you didn't do enough? It's a very, very good question. Unfortunately, every case has a different approach. Like Jeff said, you know, you really have to ask the customers questions. You really have to know what they want. A little, you know, good personality humor it has to be there. Smiling has to be there. I've had an employee that worked with us for a few years. His issue was, you know, hurry up, let's get this going up. It may work with certain amount of people or different kind of people, but other people, like I've got some bad reviews from customers about this employee who said, you know, they said all he cares is about my money. He did not see me. He seen my money, you know, and he's ready to take my money. But you have to be eager. You have to be humble at the same time, and you have to build a good relationship with customers. Now, don't build too much relationship. I personally had those experiences where I built an extra relationship with the customer, and they, you know, expected me to sit there and set up their Gmail account. You know what I mean? That's too much. You know what I mean?
No, that's serious.
Right.
I was a victim of my own kindness at certain points. And then, you know, I was also a victim personally of customers say, hey man, you know, just can you allow me to talk? Because obviously I talk a lot. So I did not ask him the right questions. So I was like, man, can you just allow me to talk? Let me tell you what I'm looking for. So I've been there. I've done that. It's every case with their, you know, every customer with their scenario. You have customers with very strong personality. You do not know who is that customer. He might have a strong personality than me. He might be a lawyer. He might be a doctor. He might be whatever, a police officer. So you get too many kinds of people coming through that door. So you have to ask them questions first, learn about them, and then approach them with what they want.
And listen more.
We have a comment.
Yeah.
So I like to read the comments because I want people to comment, right? We want people to engage with us, right? When we're on these lives. Don't set an expectation on the sale that it's a negotiation. If you establish their need and budget, you let them know what you have and why what you have is the answer.
Yeah. Make him feel like you are the solution.
If you're a
giving
phone
him the
flipper, it
solution.
may be. That may be a phone flipper talking, like how to buy something from someone or something. I don't know.
It sounds pretty accurate, but it honestly just stands on, honestly, for me, any business, like whatever yours pretty much sums up whatever your price is, that's your price. Unless, there are times you do make adjustments and things like that, but just stand on it because
I would make a healthy adjustment. The healthy adjustment is trade in. People miss that a lot.
Yeah.
Like your price is $5.99, and you've been preaching to the customer is $5.99, $5.99. Have you thought about maybe charging him $400 and take his iPhone XR from him? You know what I mean? So you have to have room for negotiation. So you don't know what kind of phone he has. You didn't even think about the trade-in value. So yes, maybe they have $450 and they have an iPhone XR, and all you've been preaching to him is $600. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna walk out of your store because you did not tell them that you can take their old phone from them, give them $150, and let them pay $450.
They're going to walk out to your door and go to the guy down the street who's going to take trade-ins and get a finance and is going to take care of them. That's the thing. Financing trade-ins is important. Yeah. Can you imagine? Listen, car dealers are so smart. They say, we take any car. Just come on in, man. We'll pay you $500. It doesn't matter if you walk in with a broken car, with just pushing car, because their profit is covered at 500 plus.
Yeah, we do the same thing. We'll offer $20, $50 for anything. Anything. Just make them. Yes. We trade in any phone, old phone, new phones. Come on in.
And the best thing to do is over the phone when people ask you, can you trade in such and such model? The best answer to say to them, yeah, bring it by to the store. We'll take care of you. Don't sit there on the phone and say, oh, what model number it is? Hold on, tick, 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 tick. We'll give you. Don't say that. You're wasting your time. You're missing other opportunities on your phone call, and this customer may not come to your store. Your best bet is let them know, hey, come through. We'll help you out.
And you know what? Everybody they believe that what they have worth something. So when you tell him, I'm not going to take it, it's not worth anything, you broke his heart. He's going to walk somewhere else.
Bad review.
Don't
want bad reviews. Okay, guys, we have like 9 minutes. So do we want to give some closing thoughts? I do want to say, if you are not going to the expo yet, if you not got your ticket, guys, I cannot stress enough how much amazing stuff is going to be there. The trainings, the demos. We're actually positioning not so much just demo, but we want to give you value in these trainings. We're doing refurb. We're going to have some other ones that I can't announce right now. We're going to have a lot of speakers that are going to bring actual value, not just talking at you. So I'm really, really excited about this expo. It's huge. The event space is big, right, Ahmed?
Listen, let me tell you this. One of my friends just called me this morning, and he said his son is taking 2 classes in college over here in this area, in my area. Each class, each hour is costing him, he's freaking out, $1,400 for each hour. So he's spending $2,800 for 2 hours for his son. Like, really, I was in my mind, I'm like, I looked at his son. I don't think this guy is going to really learn anything anyway. So if these people spending in his, if you spend this much on colleges, come on, you can spend $1,400 on your trip, hotel, fly, everything, and learn and make $14,000 from this trip. You guys need to be
drive. It's not even. It's like you just need to go. It's going to be an amazing event. It
is investing in your. That's what we say. Invest in yourself. Invest in your business. Invest in education. It's all together, all combined together. For $1,000, you guys can fly. $99.
The tickets are $99. He's talking about flights and hotels.
I'm talking about flying because I'm flying here. But the locals, you should be there. That's no brainer. The ones who's out of town, still you can go.
Oh yeah,
you still can go. It is what it is. It's you know what, Nicole? There's nothing in this life for free. Anybody who look for free shit is not going to work. I'm sorry to say this, but it's not going to work. The free does not build business. Free does not build future. You have to invest in yourself and your business, and you have to invest money. It's not like
that's why these guys with free diagnostics end up with so many phones Free diet. Too much
Yeah.
work for nothing.
Free is limited. You know what I mean? You get a free ketchup on McDonald's when you buy a burger, but not free class.
There's a lot of information at the Gadget Repair Expo. There's a lot
You know
of
what I
new
mean?
people out there.
Yeah.
This year, there's a lot of new classes. There's I would say almost 80% in the Atlanta
Yes.
one. So there's a lot of information. It's a bigger space. I think it's in the right state and the right location.
Yeah.
There's so many Texas people, customers out there or stores out there that can't wait for this to happen. So maybe you'll meet the guy you've been selling him phones forever. Maybe you'll meet, more people out there. These guys in
Yes.
Texas are OGs. They're
Yeah.
Yes.
old people. They've been old in this industry. So to meet somebody with a 12 or 15 years experience that had one store, you're gonna see that there.
Let me tell you this, Tony. Let me add what you said. In Texas, the only state I've ever seen people own 200, like 100 stores. I know one guy.
Yes.
He controlled the whole state of Texas. Like this
Yep.
Texas is full of stores, thousands and
Yes.
thousands of businesses, and it's the only state that always booming, man. So just come
Yes,
over there, hang
yes.
out with the boomers.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And we
I'm
have some announcements coming out, so it's going to get even more exciting. So definitely get your ticket and make your plans, because once you hear the announcements, if you're not already convinced, you're going to be convinced. So you might as well just get it out of the way, because there's some magic coming out. I can't
I love
wait.
it. Nicole will be there, Tony will be there, Josh will be there, and Jeff will be there, and I will be there as well.
With a 2-hour training on the second day in the morning. Bring your team. I cannot stress this enough. You always want to, if you want to give back to your employees. I just talked to a store owner yesterday. He's in California. He's got a few stores. He's wanted to invest money in motivating his team. I said, buy $99 tickets for them and go to the
There it
expo, because
is.
they
There
can
it
sit
is.
in all the
Yeah.
trainings. He was wanting to pay us to do like a special training motivational event. And I'm like, go to the expo, make them go to see Ahmed, have them do all the demos, let them go hang out with everybody in the industry, and they're going to feel such a part of the industry. It's the cheapest ticket in the industry for any show, period.
Is that the same guy we talked about? Do you know Nicole?
No, it's another one. This is a different person. No,
There's
they
another-
come to us all the time about that.
All the time. They come to, hey man, I have 17 stores.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with my employees. They're not motivated. They're not picking up. They're not waking up energy. What can I do?
Man, this expo energizes me when I go there. I leave like pumped about my business.
Yep.
Telling you guys, bring your team. Bring your team. I'm bringing all my people with me. We love it. We love going there, and it would benefit your store team so much.
Absolutely, 100%.
Learn. I'm excited just to learn. Like, just as much as you go learn, it's going to be crazy. Like, I learned something from literally everybody, and it's still, to this day, a little bit overwhelming because I implemented some of that into my own business, and things have definitely improved. So
from the first expo that you went,
from the first expo,
Jeff, that was Jeff's first expo too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first one that I've ever been to, and I've already like exponentially.
And there you are.
multiplied my
You're a
profits.
speaker now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Exponentially doubled my profits. Like, how is that even possible with this
Right.
guy? But that's right there from the horse's mouth. I mean, we're trying to improve our industry. Period. Yeah. We are trying to improve the industry, and we are bringing so much here. $99. Bring your team. Put them in training. All these demo things, it's demos, but we're going to try to give some things out and answer questions. And there's going to be much more time and, have them meet other people in the industry. It's going to be great.
It is fun. It is fun. And just a little break too, and sit down and hang out with the good guys and just listen to stories face to face. I mean, we can talk on Zoom all day long, but there is nothing like just handshake and, sit down and talk to people like you guys. It's going to be fun.
Okay.
See you at the expo.
See you at the expo. So anything else before we go? Anybody want to say anything? Are we good? We're jumping off. It's been an hour, so.
Tony, are you at a palace? Is that your palace?
That's my house, yeah.
Oh, that's
wow.
awesome.
So, I like the carpet behind you, that little piece of carpet. Let me see the carpet.
Yeah,
that's right. He got Aladdin carpet right there, guys. Here you go. I mean, right there. You can see it.
This is my view, guys. Look, this is my.
That's amazing.
This is my big.
So you guys go to the expo. You can be like Tony and own a palace.
There you go.
Wow.
Work hard for it. You work
right.
hard. Pays off.
It looks
all
good.
Right.
Man. It looks good. Yes.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. Broadcast. All right. Bye.
Bye.